Welcome to the Trading Sliders Podcast. Here we go, episode number 46 of the Trading Sliders Podcast. How's everybody doing out there? I'm Bobby Puckett. Here with me in studio again this week is Kurt the Flash Bennett. What's going on, Flash?
Not much, Bobby. Been hanging out with some family over the weekend a little bit on our kind of a week off. Not really. I went racing Thursday night, but we've had a good weekend so far.
Yeah, well, I hung out with the family too, but in a totally different style way. A totally different way I hung out with the family. We worked a lot in the sun, but it was overall a good weekend though. This week's guest, Dillan Baldwin, the 16-year-old hot shoe out of Taylorsville, Kentucky. For people that don't know who Dillan Baldwin is, he's a sprint car racer out of Kentucky.
Yeah.
A wing sprint car racer out of Kentucky. So, yeah.
Virtually unheard of.
Yeah. It's almost like, okay, is this even true? But Dillan, 16 years old, he was the youngest winner in the history of the Kokomo Klash, winning at 14 years old. He was last year's Harvest Cup winner at Tri-State Speedway. So right off the bat, he's already won two major events at two of the most badass racetracks in the country, and finished fifth in IMCA national points for the IMCA Race Saver Sprint Cars last year. But Dillan Baldwin's this week's guest. Really good interview. It's kind of funny because we decided to do it at the Dairy Queen.
Yeah.
Because he's such a Dave Darling fan.
Outside in front of the Dairy Queen.
Yeah, in front. Yeah. We were in front of the restaurant this time.
Yeah.
But we had some street racing, some burnout competitions. It's actually a fun interview. If you listen to us and you know there's some background noise usually, well, there was a lot of background noise in this one, but he's a cool kid. Our sponsors of the week, Diesel Boys LLC. If you need anything diesel truck related, reach out to Brandon Hooker and the guys over at Diesel Boy. Slider of the week, being brought to you each and every week since day one by Walt at Speed Decals. If you need any vital work done whatsoever. Right now is this time of year where Walt's in the slowing down mode. So if you need any type of work done, race car lettering, business signs, business cards, anything you need, reach out to Walt at Speed Decals. Our deep dives being brought to you each and every week by Kentucky Clutch and Performance. If you need anything farm clutch related, farm tractors, Nissan, Acura, any type of clutch you need whatsoever, semi trucks, reach out to Chris and the guys at Kentucky Clutch and Performance. Our crash of the week being brought to you by D.O. Handyman and Remodeling. If you need any type of handyman work done around the house, I know it's hot outside. I know, like, Flash and I don't like doing stuff outside around, minus going to the racetrack.
Yeah.
We're down for going to the racetrack, but if you need some work done, some decks fixed, your vinyl fixing around your windows, anything you need, reach out to David at D.O. Handyman and Remodeling. 812-989-5002. And our racetrack spotlight being brought to you by JT's Trackside Catering, our good buddy Jeremy Thomas at JT's Trackside Catering. All right, I think I got all the sponsors.
Yeah.
Oh, and no, I didn't. We don't have anybody on the hotline this week, but Bandit Race Cars is our Bandit Race Cars hotline sponsor. I forgot to write them down, but Brian, he'll be okay.
Yeah.
So he'll be just fine.
Right. I went by Brian's place last night on the way home from where I was at.
Did you stop in to see him?
Nah, I was a little late.
Well, him and Butch were probably busy because they got 3 brand new cars there. One of them's got the body on. The other 2 just come off the jig. So they were in building season.
They may have been working on them last night, but it was about 12:30 when I come through, though. So they might have been in bed.
Yeah, now Brian would have been in bed come 12:30. News of the week, Knoxville Nationals has a huge surprise. North-South 100 did not disappoint on and off the track.
Yeah.
A lot of news coming out of the North-South 100 weekend. Sprint car racing is still thriving in the state of Indiana. More drivers getting hurt. This year, we got a couple guys get hurt. One on the racetrack and one in Victory Lane we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
A new track record. We got a new king of the high banks at Salem Speedway. And then one thing I want to talk to you, Flash. Why do some regional events draw more than crown jewels?
Yeah.
We're going to discuss that just a little bit because with Florence this weekend, it was a great event. Probably the best North-South 100 they've had in a long time.
Yeah.
But there was some criticism, some valid, some not, and we're going to get into that. So, first things first, sprint car racing in Indiana. And we're going to touch on this real quick. Circle City Friday night had 39 sprint cars. This is if we just come off Indiana Sprint Week.
Yeah.
So everybody's been racing for 2 weeks in 100-degree temperature, raced out, wore out, and you would think that, you know, the following weekend after sprint week, it would be,
kind of slacked off a little.
yeah. But guys like Kyle Cummins and them was like, man, we didn't race enough in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So Kyle Cummins got a double down this weekend. He picked up the win Friday night at Circle City and Saturday night at Paragon for the Midwest Thunder sprint cars. But there was 39 sprint cars Friday night, 32 sprint cars Saturday night, 305 sprint cars Saturday night at Paragon Speedway. There was 31 of them, 31 race savers. And Ashton Thompson, the young lady out of Salem, Indiana, took the win.
Oh, that's cool.
Dillan Baldwin ran second. They come to the line side by side. Baldwin just about won 3 in a row, but you know, Ashton, she got her a win there. And then Lincoln Park Saturday night, they also had 31 non-wing sprint cars. So
sprint car racing is alive and well in Indiana.
yeah, well, that's one thing I want to talk about. Because there's some places that, you know, local late model racing is dead.
Yeah.
You got national and regional stuff. But in Ohio, wing sprint car, local racing, you know, they're getting 24 to 30.
Yeah.
You know, Pennsylvania, sprint car racing is always good. They don't ever have, you know.
They don't have a problem with that.
So why is sprint car racing thriving when late model racing is struggling?
Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know. It's I think a lot of it comes down to cost. I think you can run. I think a lot of times you can run sprint car tires a little longer than you can late model tires. I really think a lot of it comes down to tires. I mean, I mean, well, it's just simple like that because.
Well, and one thing I was wondering, because like when we talked to Trey Osborne, there was a few things that, I mean, I'm a very smart race fan, I would say. I don't think I'm, you know, a dumb race fan.
Right.
I can build cars. I can do it all. But I didn't realize I want to say cheapness, because there's no cheap in racing.
Right, yeah.
But I didn't realize how less cost effective some stuff was on non-wing sprint car racing.
Oh yeah.
Once you get past the shocks, everything else is pretty basic.
Yeah.
I
mean, you can go top sprint car racing way cheaper than you can
the top
late model racing.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I don't know why that is. Well, I think with the non-wing world, you don't have the downforce of the wing.
Right.
So you don't need the, as we say, NASCAR technology.
Yeah.
You don't need that.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because it's pretty simple. You're going to either get on the right rear or get on the right front, and you're going to drive it. I
mean, like you said, other than shocks, they're basic cars. I mean, they're the same they've been for 20 years. Yeah. You know, that's what I love about them.
Yeah. So, you know, sprint car racing is doing alive and well, and we're happy for that.
Your car's not outdated. A year after you bought it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
You could run the same car literally for 4 or 5 years and probably be fine.
Yeah, and in late model world, you cannot.
Yeah, you can't do that. Not if you're planning on running up top.
Front. Yeah. So, but yeah, sprint car racing is doing good in the state of Indiana. Speaking of Indiana, we have a new king of the high banks, Flash.
Yeah.
King Cody Swanson. New track record with a 15.923 in a heavy champ car.
Yeah.
But what people don't realize is those cars weigh almost as much as the ARCA cars. They're heavy race cars.
Oh yeah.
Going that speed on a 355 engine rule.
Yeah.
The champ cars, they run a small 355. Well, I don't say small. They run a 355. It's not a 410.
Yeah.
But yeah, Cody Swanson, took the win.
I'm going to tell you something about this real quick. You might not even know I did this. But years ago, I think Gettelfinger was still running the racetrack up there. And they wanted to set the fastest time ever at the Speedway. So they called up Pete Maiden. And Pete, they bought carbon fiber wheels, everything you could possibly put. Good, the best tires, the softest tires you could put on the car. So he went out and made like 2 or 3 2-lap runs. He turned that track in a 15.123.
Yeah,
with a late model.
With a late model, yeah.
But it bent the J-bar mount on that thing. The thing was so hooked up.
Yeah,
we did it. So he only made like 6 laps, but that's the fastest lap I've ever seen there, and it's crazy that you could get around it like that.
Well, I don't know. I went to it was bumper to bumper then, but the Auto Value wing sprint cars.
Yeah.
And I don't remember what the time was, but I think they set the all-time track record that day when I was there. But yeah, that's.
Yeah, I would say with a wing car, they probably did.
Yeah, there was but it's crazy how fast. I mean, uneducated fans look at the Silver Crown car and think they're sprint cars.
Yeah.
They're not sprint cars.
No,
they're big, heavy.
They're comparable to the dirt mods, though.
Yeah, the big block mods.
Yeah, the big block mods almost. That's kind of.
Yeah, so, but they only had 14 cars show up. that's kind of a bummer.
Yeah.
But knowing, the effects of Salem if you crash, and knowing the effects of pavement racing, dirt racing, the champ cars are averaging 25 to 30.
Yeah.
When we get to the pavement, it usually drops off to about 18.
Yeah.
And I guess 4 or 5 guys was like, not we're not going to head up here.
Except for one guy.
Yeah, but a big kudos, because we say racers race, and Justin Grant broke his foot. I guess it was a week and a half ago now.
Yeah.
2 weeks ago, he tried to race, had a soft cast, and wouldn't let him put hard cast on because he was going to finish out Indiana Sprint Week. Realized, hey, that's not the smartest idea. That hurts a lot. So what's Justin Grant do? He goes, has his cast put on, and then they take a piece of aluminum and bend around his cast so he don't mess it up. And racers race. And his first race back, we'll just run the half mile of Salem Speedway.
Yeah.
So, Justin Grant making his return. USAC points leader in the Silver Crown cars.
Yeah.
So he kept his points lead.
Yeah, that was good.
So that was good. But yeah, glad to see Justin Grant back in the race car. And I think this means we're gonna see Justin Grant back in the sprint car.
Yeah.
Just had to figure out how he's gonna make it work.
Right.
There's a little bit more room inside the champ car for your big bulky cast, and so. But yeah, Justin Grant back on. I want to say back on top. He ran second, I believe. Justin Grant ran second, fifth to second.
Yeah.
But Cody Swanson just. Pat Sullivan said this a while back when we were interviewing him. When you're in the presence of greatness, a lot of times people want to say, but remember back when.
Yeah.
Don't remember back when. If it's a pavement race, Cody Swanson is the best pavement open wheel racer in the country.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
There's no question, no denying it, no debating it, no none of that.
Yeah.
I know I've heard people say, well, Bobby Santos. Bobby Santos is good too. Yeah. He's just not the best.
Right.
There can only be one the best.
Yeah.
The other ones can be good as well. And we're about to talk about the late model racing too.
Man, and that's one thing I was going to say too. I really miss the old days of Salem Speedway when they was getting 30, 40 sprint cars and midgets up there, because that was a show. I don't know how many people got to go see that when it was in its prime, but those were some of the best races Salem Speedway's ever had.
Well, see, Flash, when you say you don't know how many, the people our age got to go see that.
Yeah,
but people
that's
younger,
what I'm saying.
Yeah,
we got a lot of younger guys listening that didn't get to go.
Yeah, because like when we interviewed Trey Osborne, he said, "Yeah, I love watching Thunder."
Yeah,
I was like, "Yeah, hell yeah, me too." He's like, "Yeah, watch it on YouTube."
Yeah,
I'm like, "What?"
Yeah,
but then I realized, he's only 20. Yeah, Thunder's been off the air for 30 years.
Right,
it kind of makes sense why he watches it on YouTube.
Yeah,
I didn't realize everybody's not two old dudes like us.
Right.
But congratulations on Cody Swanson taking the win and setting a new track record.
Yeah.
I want to talk about a couple crashes and racers getting hurt. One, did you see Brian Brown's wreck?
Yeah.
Yeah, Brian Brown. So we're going to go ahead and do Dio Handyman crash of the week. It's Brian Brown. It happened Friday night at Knoxville Raceway when he made a run up on the outside. I think it was Dylan Sisney.
I think so.
Yeah, I think it was Sisney. And they hit wheels, and Brown hits the wall head on before he flips 6 or 7 times. Yeah. I know there's some worse injuries in racing, head traumas and everything. But how bad does it suck to break your left hand and your right wrist?
Yeah,
or your left wrist, right? However.
Yeah.
Like, you can't even play PlayStation to kill the time. Like, how bad does that
I seen a picture. I don't know I think it was his kid he was sitting on the couch with just watching TV.
Yeah.
He couldn't do it.
Yeah, so, we want Brian Brown, we wish him a speedy recovery.
Yeah.
Because that was just... I know there's worse wrecks. Don't get me wrong. There's Justin Grant, Tyler Courtney going through a bad deal. So
Stuart Friesen.
Yeah, Stuart Friesen.
I mean,
I understand, but just for like a wreck and you're going to be okay, but it's going to take a while to recover.
Yeah.
Breaking both hands suck.
Yeah.
I mean, it just absolutely sucks. You better not eat no Mexican food anytime soon.
Yeah.
Because he's going to need some help.
Yeah.
But yeah, wishing Brian Brown a speedy recovery. And Flash, you're going to have to help me with his name. Connor what?
Hell, I don't remember now.
the
Zillage. Connor Zillage, yeah.
Connor Zillage. We never talk NASCAR racing on here unless we just absolutely have to.
Yeah.
And we kind of feel like we absolutely have to do this.
Yeah.
First off, did you hear the announcer say he fell on the cage stand?
Yeah.
Hold on a second, dude. That was a roof.
Yeah.
There was no cage stand, okay?
Yeah.
But, Connor Zillage won the
Xfinity race, I guess,
I was going to say Busch Grand National,
Yeah,
but Xfinity race.
Coming from old guys,
Yeah. So he won the Xfinity race at Watkins Glen. I do know where Watkins Glen is.
Yeah.
It's an awesome road course. Because I remember seeing Boris Said lay it on him back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
But Connor Zillages or whatever.
Zillage.
Yeah, Connor Zillage. We are sorry. We're not laughing at you. We're laughing with you.
Yeah.
But maybe try not to do the cage stand no more.
Yeah.
But his foot got caught up in the...
Yeah, it wouldn't have been so bad, but when he fell, his foot got caught like
in the window
door.
net. Well, it got caught in the window net.
Yeah, and it just it slung him to the ground then. I mean, it was bad.
He's going to be out of contention for a while. Broken collarbone.
Yeah, I think so.
Could have been a broken skull.
Yeah.
It almost got really bad.
Yeah.
But I just... It sucks that you win a race and you don't even get to celebrate.
Yeah, you don't get to celebrate the right way, yeah.
But yeah, that was one of those deals that said, we got more drivers getting hurt, but one of them got hurt in a very unconventional way.
Yeah.
Now, I've seen guys get hurt in victory lane where the other guy co-cocked them.
I won the feature at the drum one night, dude, and I pulled in the checker flag area, pulled the steering wheel off, bam, right in the mouth, busted my mouth. I had blood running all out of my mouth and everything after I just won the feature.
Yeah, hell yeah, check that out.
It happens.
Yeah. But you didn't fall off the race car, though, in front of everybody.
But I didn't take my steering wheel off like that no more either.
Yeah, I'm going to leave my steering wheel on. I'm good. But yeah, that was one of those things where you're just like, oh my God, how in the world does that happen? And also in the realm of how in the world did that happen, I don't know the guy's name. I didn't catch the name, but I seen the video and the picture going around Facebook. Some guy on I-65 in Alabama lost his modified on the way to the racetrack. And I seen some people poking fun of that. And, my thought on that was, that sucks because poor guy worked all week on his race car.
Yeah.
But not only that, the insurance mess that's going to be, because a couple guys smoked this car going down the road. So that right there is a bad, bad day. Yeah. I don't know. I didn't catch the guy's name. If we run across the guy's name, I'll put it out there. So on our crash of the week, I guess we got 2 crashes of the week. So we're gonna give it to the old boy. If anybody out there listening knows the guy's name that lost the modified, reach out, send it to us. Because we want to try to, sell him some T-shirts or something. Yeah,
if he's got any.
If he's got any, because he's going to need some help. So we're going to get into, we had 2 Crown Jewel events this week. The Knoxville Nationals and the North-South 100. We're going to cover the North-South 100 first, and then we'll talk about the Knoxville Nationals. North-South 100 started on Wednesday night. 2 preliminary nights. First off, we'll go good and bad throughout the whole North-South 100 speak. Flash and Billy and Trista went up to Florence on Wednesday night.
Thursday night, wasn't it?
Was it Thursday night? Thursday, Friday. Yeah, Thursday, Friday. Yeah. So they went up around Thursday night. So before we talk about the race event itself, Flash. Yeah. You was at the racetrack. There was people that was complaining that the mods were taken off and there was no support classes. Yeah. You were at the track. Was there a lot of downtime, or how did the show go?
No, there was. No, they run the show fine. I mean, we got out there early. I mean, I guess the thing about North-South 100 is pretty much everybody's going to the racetrack is 3/4 of them are staying there. Yeah. And then it would be nice to have a support class. I mean, I know I actually sat in for the drivers meeting first time with Lucas Oil, and I heard them talking about it, and they were just saying, we talked them into not doing support classes, so we got a lot of extra room in the pits. But I think we walked through the pits, and I think there was still plenty of room for a support class to be there. And it'd been nice just for the modified guys too. I mean, they've been there a year. It'd been nice to have them there and get their chance to shine on TV a little bit, because they don't always get to, Well, that's kind of just the way I feel about it. But I mean, I'm not down on them. I mean, they run the show good for, like, on the weeknights. Maybe it was good. Maybe just had them there Saturday. I don't know.
Well, here's the thing. I'm glad you said the way you said it. This was not a Florence Speedway deal. Right. This was a Lucas Oil, and I'm just going to go even deeper than that. Well, it's the flow racing deal.
They said we talked them out of running
the support
class. So yeah. don't take it down on the Kings. I mean, they do a phenomenal job.
Well, so Lucas Oil and Flow Racing, I love Flow Racing. I love Dirt Vision. I'm a big advocate for it. I think streaming does great for our sport.
Yeah.
But I also think that we got to remember what makes our sport what it is. Because when you have a Crown Jewel event, Eldora's always been different. But Eldora gets 120 cars.
Yeah.
So you don't need a support class to fill time because there's something going on the track.
That's one other thing I was going to say for the racetrack. It kind of actually hurt the racetrack too because
it took a little longer.
I didn't have time to go to the concession stand.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, there was that much not. They was going through so fast that there was. I mean, some people might not like modifieds, and they would have went to concession stand and spent more money. Which, I mean, I know they make plenty of money off this race anyway, but still, it's just a.
Well, it don't have to be a modified.
It's kind of got to be good for the track and flow,
Yeah.
So and Lucas.
Well, the thing is, it doesn't have to be a modified. It could be in any division.
Right,
it don't
that's
matter.
what I'm saying.
But you need something to break it up. I know there's people in there saying, "Well, I pay to see the late models. That's what I want to see." Well, that's good.
Yeah.
But also, in the same token, if you're let's just say you're a Jonathan Davenport fan.
Yeah.
And Jonathan Davenport, he's got to run the 4th heat race.
Yeah.
And he gets into the wall, coming to the start, rips the right front off. How pissed off are you going to be if they go on without him because there's not enough time for him to fix his car?
Yeah.
It's a double-edged sword. But flow racing dictates a lot in our sport. Now, hold on a second. Let me take that back. Flow catches a bad rep. Streaming services dictate a lot in our sport.
Yeah.
For the major events. Dirt Vision's the same way. I mean, you go down to, Volusia, and time's taking longer, and they'll put 3 divisions. They'll park you over to the side, run the complete World of Outlaw show,
and then let you at the end of
the
night. Yeah.
So it's not a flow thing, but it's a streaming thing in general. But we understand why support classes are there. They are support classes.
Yeah.
If, Florence Speedway decides that, hey, we don't need support classes.
Yeah.
It's in the name, support classes.
Yeah.
So they don't need them. But that's why I know the crowd was huge at Florence.
Oh, yeah.
All week. The crowd was great. The racetrack was great. Probably the best we've seen the Saturday night racetrack for the A-Main in a long time. And that could have been because we had less laps on the track.
Right.
But also on Thursday night, it took longer for the track to come in because we didn't have no more laps. So it kind of goes both ways.
The heat races. I was gonna say that the heat races on Thursday wasn't that good, but the features were great. I mean,
well, that's kind of Florence.
Yeah,
Florence usually
it got slick in the middle just enough. Had a 2-foot cushion, and then on the bottom there was enough coming off on 2 down there. It was crazy how the guys get a run off 2 on the bottom. It was just they could get down to that stuff and pull 3 car lengths on the guy that was running the outside. Yep. So it made for really good racing.
Well, I'm in the group where, when I go to the racetrack, I want to see more racing. Just like a couple weeks ago, we went up to Indianapolis Motor Speedway. They had 44 sprint cars and, no support classes. But, I would have been fine that night if, we had a 600 micro sprint or MMSA mini sprint invite only, something, because the turnaround was so quick for the guys. We seen guys have problems and, couldn't make it out for the B main.
Right.
So,
yeah.
But, I'm in the ballpark where I like support classes.
Oh, I do too.
I know a lot of people don't, and that's okay.
Yeah.
But, it's kind of a reason why I don't go to a lot of the Crown Jewel events.
Yeah.
I mean, because something else we're going to talk about is the partying at the Crown Jewel events.
Yeah.
It's getting out of hand. I know this, we sound like a couple old dudes here bitching about, because I don't care what you do. I don't care how you live your life. I don't care about none of that. You do you.
Yeah.
It doesn't bother me none. But we got kids and stuff at the Crown Jewel events, and Florence does a good job because the front stretch is, non-alcoholic, no smoking. So
right.
That's why they put the bar on the back stretch.
Yeah.
But I mean, we had a race car driver get arrested. We had arrests at the racetrack. We had fights at the. I mean, there was a bunch going on at Florence this weekend, and 90% of it was because of alcohol.
Yeah.
So the crowd, and just like Eldora and Knoxville Nationals, somebody stole the sign and took a pit bike and did burnouts on the checker flag board.
Yeah.
So there was there was goofy stuff going on everywhere.
Yeah.
Guys can't hold the liquor, but so let's talk about the race Thursday night. Garrett Alberson and Dalton Wilson picked up preliminary wins. Tell us about a Flash.
Oh, I think it was the first one Garrett was in, wasn't it?
Garrett
I think he fell back to like third for a while, and
I think he fell all the way back to fifth.
yeah, he might have fell back to fifth because I think he got run over a little bit by Max Blair. Kind of got into it.
Got a little bit. Yeah,
I thought he might be done after that, but man, he figured it out and just run up there and he caught them guys and just drove. He was running, coming off the bottom on two, and then he could just get such a run down the straightaway. He'd be in front of him by the time he got there. But he was running more the middle, which I hadn't seen nobody do all night. And Garrett, he's just one of them guys that he can figure it out. That's what I like about him. And that race was really good. And then the
Dalton Wilson in the second race.
Dalton Wilson did the same thing.
Because Bobby Pierce got by Dalton Wilson.
And he said, "I don't think so." And he drove back around.
Yeah.
That's what I said. A lot of people give Bobby a bad rap, but he can take it back when he gives it. So that's what's cool. That's what I like about him. Dalton he had to go for it at the time because I think there were 2 laps to go when he got back around him. Yeah, it was a good race. Them two guys was battling. I think Bobby ended up finishing third.
Yeah. He got past coming to the line too.
Yeah, he got past coming to the line, but
and that kind of
I think Davenport led that one for a long time, right?
Yes,
the second one.
Yeah, the second one.
And then he pulled in. I think he was just trying some stuff because they pulled in, worked on the car, and he went back out. He actually come back out. So I think they maybe adjusted on the shocks a little or something to try.
Well, the problem was I think he broke a shock, and they changed it.
They changed it.
Because both features, was your lineup points for Saturday.
Yeah.
So it wasn't just a test and tune. He had an issue.
Yeah. I wasn't sure because we were sitting kind of down low, and I couldn't really see down there where they was working on the car at because, like I said, it was packed. Even Thursday night, it was packed.
Yeah.
But man, the racing was phenomenal. But all the way back to the pack, there's somebody else I want to give a shout out to, and that's McIntosh.
Oh yeah, Don McIntosh.
That dude was driving the wheels off that car. I don't know if you've seen the heat race. He started like fourth, and they opened up, and he drove right between them up to second. And he was, and I started watching him in the feature. He was running back about 9th, 10th. But man, them guys, they were racing harder back there than they were for the lead.
Well, because every point matters.
Yeah.
So
that's why you have to go to the racetrack because you can't see that stuff sitting at home.
Well, and that's like Friday night. Bobby Pierce. He won the first feature, and Devin Moran won the second feature. But if you just look at my race pass, it says Devin Moran won from the outside pole.
Yeah,
you're like, what a boring race.
No,
well, Marler led the race. And ran into a lap car.
Yeah,
and then Moran took the lead. Well,
I tell you what, Marler. I know a couple weeks ago we was giving him hell, but that dude. That's about the calmest and collective I could see somebody be after something like that happened.
Yeah. well, hey, I got something even better than that for you on Marler.
Yeah.
So Marler and his crew afterwards go to Hooters.
Yeah.
So they're eating dinner. The table next to them is some Devin Moran fans. They all got on Devin Moran shirts.
Yeah.
And they're giving Marler shit the whole night.
Yeah.
But, I mean, they're there for like an hour eating, and they're just giving shit. Yeah, we got you. We were better. Blah blah blah. Well, Marler put a post up to the Devin Moran's fans that gave me shit. I appreciate you guys buying our team's dinner. Come by the souvenir trailer. We got you taken care of.
Oh, yeah.
So, but Mike Marler, just a down-to-earth, the whole Marler family.
Yeah.
And one thing, this is kind of off topic, but one thing cool about Marler, I remember about 3 years ago at Ponderosa Speedway, the World Valley late models there.
Yeah.
Marler had to start on the tail.
Yep.
And he ran all the way to the front and won.
That may be one of the best races I've ever seen.
Yeah. but what happened afterwards made me a Mike Marler fan. It wasn't even the race itself. As soon as the race got done, he pulls in the pits and Dirt on Dirt's there, want to do interviews. He's like, I got to get you after this. He runs up to the fence because his dad is racing hobby stocks.
Right, yeah.
Well, his dad races, and typical Southern Kentucky thing, his dad and his old boy is into it. So not only did Marler win the Super Late Model feature from the tail, got a line of souvenirs to sell, he's down there wrestling in the pits with his dad and these other guys.
Yeah.
Because, we're not getting, that's not going to happen here. So I'm a big Mike Marler guy.
Oh, yeah.
But Devin Moran's people took care of Marler after ribbing on him all night. He said, man, he had a bad night, so he went ahead and bought the team dinner. So that was pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
And then Saturday night, North-South 100, Bobby Pierce took the win from 14th over RTJ and Jonathan Davenport. Slaughter of the week this week, being brought to you by Walnut Speed Decals, goes to Bobby Pierce. Driving up from mid-pack.
Yeah.
To take the win. His third North-South 100 in a row.
Yeah, in a row.
Fourth time, the only four-time winner of the North-South 100. Him and Jonathan Davenport were going at it.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, absolutely going at it. And I'm a big fan of Superman.
Yeah.
I'm sure a lot of people will say this now, but I was a fan of Superman before he was Superman.
Right.
Back when he was running the crate cars and thumping people at Dixie in North Alabama. Back when he was the real Fast 49.
Yeah.
But I think Jonathan Davenport, he's just kind of a grouchy old man now.
Yeah.
Because, him and Pierce did get together, but Pierce was coming from the back and got a run on him, and Davenport kind of stuffed him in the wall.
Yeah.
And Bobby Pierce, being from Illinois, being a bull ring racer, and quite frankly, not giving a shit.
Yeah.
Just mustered him up an elbow, going to the corner, and said, okay, let's do this.
Yeah.
Then Davenport gets back into him. Fair enough. Pierce gets back into him.
Yeah.
Now, it's easy for Pierce to, in victory lane say, hey, it's just racing, I don't mind, because he won.
Yeah.
He won 75. It's easy to say, I get that.
Yeah.
But if you do not like Bobby Pierce, you do not like race car drivers.
Oh, no.
Period.
Yeah.
That dude just gets in the car and goes.
Yeah. And he finds it on the racetrack, wherever it's at. Top, bottom, don't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Crown Jewel event, World 100, North-South 100, Prairie Dirt Classic, Dirt Late Model Dream, Summer National Hell Tour Champion.
Yeah.
Same thing as we talked about Cody Swanson.
Yeah, somebody today was talking about that on there. Davenport's got 3 championships. I said they don't realize how hard it is to win a championship in the Summer Nationals. Yeah, that's just. That's crazy that they think that somebody's just that much better because they won a certain championships. That's not all racing. People look at it like championships is being the best, but that's not always not always the case.
Well, here's the thing. When Pat Sullivan said this, and I refer to this a lot, you got to, you're in the presence of greatness.
Yeah.
If you're a dirt late model fan, I don't care if you're a fan of Bobby Pierce. I don't care if you're a fan of Ricky Thornton Jr., Devin Moran, Hudson O'Neal.
Yeah.
It does not make a difference. If you can just take your fan glasses off and sit there and watch, Bobby Pierce, BP32, will probably go down when we're done as the best dirt late model driver in the history of the sport.
Yeah.
And this is coming from someone that absolutely loves Billy Moyer.
Yeah.
I'm like, it kind of breaks my heart to say that.
Yeah.
But Bobby Pierce is in his 20s. He's not going anywhere. He does have no aspirations to... How you say it?
Aspirations,
yeah. He has no aspirations to go run NASCAR.
Yeah.
He has no... he's going to make a living doing dirt late model things.
Yeah.
So when it's all over and done with, guys, and you step back and look in 15 or 20 years, because he's not really in his prime yet. He's still got another 3 or 4 years before he's in his prime. And he's just absolutely laying the beat down. So Bobby Pierce, I'm a big Bobby Pierce fan.
Oh, yeah. I was going to mention something about this, too, because on the way over here to do this, I was thinking about what our buddy Rick Irwin was talking this week to us about some stuff. And this kind of comes down to that, in this kind of racing, especially now, you need, and the kind of racing these guys was doing last night, you need rivalries like this. And it makes good because everybody's going to want to see what happens next week or the next time Bobby Pierce, because they run 2 different series. And it's kind of cool to have rivalries like that, and it's also like a World of Outlaw rivalry versus Lucas rivalry too. So it's kind of going to be really good for the sport, I think. And
we basically got the same thing going on in sprint car racing with Larson and Gravel.
They're not out fighting, making it look bad or nothing. They're just duking it out on the racetrack, which is cool.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that was the North-South 100. Bobby Pierce won. hats off to BP 32. And,
Yeah.
You know, Ricky Thornton Jr. said the best thing in Victory Lane. He said, we were good. We just weren't Bobby Pierce good.
Yeah.
And I think there's a lot of guys scratching their head when they leave the racetrack with, we just wasn't Bobby Pierce good.
Yeah.
On to the Knoxville Nationals. 103 cars for the $195,000 to win Knoxville Nationals. Wednesday night's preliminary feature, Ryan Timms took the win from 8th, which gave him the high points for the weekend.
Yeah.
Kyle Larson took the win from 5th on Thursday night. But it gave Ryan Timms the high points for the weekend. So that meant Ryan Timms was going to start on the pole of the Knoxville Nationals. There was a lot of people that said, this isn't, let me rephrase that. Ryan Timms is a phenomenal racer.
Yeah.
There was 50,000 fans at Knoxville Raceway and 102 other drivers that said, yeah, but he's not going to win from the pole.
Right,
he had a good night.
Yeah.
That's all that you know.
Yeah.
And when you say a crown jewel, the granddaddy of them all was one from the pole, it sounds like a boring race.
Yeah.
But it was not. No. The kid was just that damn good. It didn't matter where you started him from that night.
Yeah.
He got enough points to start on the pole. But Ryan Timms took the win over Rico Abreu, who started 6th and ran 2nd. And David Gravel, who started 21st and ran 3rd.
Yeah.
Gravel got dealt a bad hand because the very first lap of his qualifying race Thursday night, our boy Hunter Schoenberg just went down there and smoked him in the wall. Yeah. Gravel flipped. And the funniest thing about it all is, so Gravel just said, yeah, me and Hunter are boys. I'm going to talk to him, but I mean, it wasn't nothing intentional, but he just used the whole track.
Yeah.
And people are dislike David Gravel so much after what he said about Kyle Larson.
Yeah.
He got so many boos and like, you deserve it. Like, dude didn't say anything. Like, he did not say anything wrong.
Yeah.
Actually, for somebody who just got his whole weekend run,
yeah,
he was actually pretty tame.
Did you see one of the prelim nights? I think it was either a heat race or a last chance race where him and David Gravel and Sammy Swindell were racing.
Yeah.
Did you see the interview afterwards?
Yeah. Well, Sammy Swindell.
He had a point though.
Yeah. Sammy Swindell is not he's not a man of many words.
No.
But when he does speak, you listen. And if Sammy Swindell didn't sell enough shirts, he just sold some more.
Oh yeah.
Because after his heat race,
that was a hell of a race too. Those guys were trading sliders like crazy.
They were trading sliders approved.
Yeah, see, I got that in there.
Yeah, but they were going at it, and he said, and Connor Wade. Connor Wade, he's another guy gets a bad rap, but he asks all the right questions.
Yeah.
But a lot of people says, he's a company man, and he just because he won't ask a controversial question,
right?
But he asked the right question, and he's like, because he knows what guys are going to answer which way.
Yeah.
And he said the crowd went wild, and when you went by Gravel, they went to their feet, and Sammy's not animated, doesn't get excited. Well, if we trade cars, I beat his ass.
Yeah.
Okay, Sammy.
Yeah.
Tell us how you really feel about him.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool.
People not liking David Gravel, but
it's cool seeing Sammy still run decent. You know how hard them cars got to be to wheel, and being an older guy like that, it's gotta be rough on you.
Well, they don't call him Slamming Sammy for nothing. He don't care to slam the cushion stuff.
No.
Sammy Swindell you know what's crazy is? So like Kinzer was always the guy through the middle on the bottom.
Yeah.
And Sammy Swindell in his early years he grew up racing in West Memphis, like a ditch.
So he's on top.
Yeah, he's going.
Yeah.
He kind of transitioned down to, okay, if I'm going to win championships, I'm gonna keep the car straight. And once he hit 50 or 60 or 70 or whatever, he's like, piss on it. We're going back to the top.
We're going back like we was.
yeah. This isn't working for me no more. So, I'm a big Sammy Swindell guy.
Yeah.
Ryan Timms took the win over Rico and David Gravel. Race all over the racetrack. Race from second on back was phenomenal. Sold out. Absolutely. They sold out general admission seating. And that doesn't sound like a big deal, except for if you've ever been to Knoxville or you've ever seen pictures of Knoxville Raceway. I'm going to put it to you this way. They sold out roughly 45,000 when the NASCAR trucks went there they sold 17,000 tickets.
Yeah.
So just so you know, I mean, and you know, as Danica Patrick says, it's in Knoxville, Iowa. It's not Knoxville, Tennessee.
Right.
I don't know why they didn't just go right down the road to Knoxville.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you know, Knoxville Nationals is a good event. So happy for Ryan Timms. Because Ryan Timms is one of those guys I've been keeping up with all year because he runs every. I can't remember. Houston's? Is that?
Yeah, Houston
Speedway.
Yeah.
He runs every Wednesday or every Sunday night at Houston Speedway, leading track champion. I think he's won like 6 or 7 features this year. But he's pretty much running Knoxville, Houston, and the regional deal.
Yeah.
18-year-old kid, just absolutely fun to watch. And what's really crazy is, I think he's better in a midget than he is in a 410 wing car. So, his career is definitely going to go in the right direction.
If you can be that versatile.
It's but so that's pretty much what went on this week. We're going to get off here and listen to Dillan Baldwin's interview. We had burnout competition going on. We had so much going on in this interview. You'll enjoy it.
Minivans that somebody done got the Cadillac converter stolen from.
Yeah, Bertha's minivan got the Cadillac converter stolen off, and she was trying to chase them down. It was a lot going on in Taylorsville, Kentucky. But sit back and listen, and we'll come back with upcoming events and the racetrack spotlight. It's time for the Trading Sliders Deep Dives presented by Kentucky Clutch and Performance. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. On this week's Trading Sliders Deep Dive, we have the hot shoe out of Taylorsville, Kentucky. I cannot say that. Sprint car racer out of Taylorsville, Kentucky. Yeah. Dillan Baldwin. How we doing, Dillan?
Pretty good. How about you?
Doing good. Now that we're... All right, I'm going to let people know, okay? Dillan tells me, hey, we can do this anywhere. I got a quiet town. So by anywhere, he means Dairy Queen, and by quiet, he means we have people drag racing at the red light. So that's how this one's gonna go, guys. I'm gonna let you guys know. But Dillan Baldwin, 16-year-old racer out of Taylorsville, Kentucky. First off, Dillan, how in the hell does a kid from Kentucky race sprint cars?
Well, I'm originally not from Kentucky, but I mean I still call this place home for the most part. I'm originally from Toledo, Ohio. I moved down here when I was 4, and even when I was been down here, I've always gone to sprint car races. Like the main one I've always gone to is the Kings Royal. I've been going there since I was 2, and I go with my Uncle Kenny, and my dad usually is kind of the crew we go with. And I think I've only missed 2 or 3 so far, and that's kind of been where I fell in love with the sport.
For people that don't know, last weekend you had a really good weekend. Well, I say last weekend. It's going to be 2 weeks now when we go out. But you had a really good weekend. You won on 2 totally different style racetracks, but you won it my style. You had to put it on the cushion and go. So where did your love for just letting it hang out on the cushion come from?
Well, I really don't, to be honest with you, especially not at Moeller. That's a sketchy place. I saw Ashton go to the bottom. I was like, well, this is a wing car. I can't follow her, right? So I'm going to have to man up a little bit and go around the top. And it was getting pretty thin up there. And I wasn't really pulling in on her much. And I was like, okay. After about 5 laps, I was like, I'm going to have to get a little bold here. And we've been working on the car. It's a new frame, and I've really been struggling with it. But, we've been getting some close. I've called some people like George Lux and Jeff Oliver. Those 2 have been a huge help. And I've always just never really felt the comfort to go up there and run the fence, and at least not at a track that's, that not forgiving.
Wait, you don't like spiked guardrails sticking out at you running the fence?
No, that's not the ideal situation. Like at Bloomington and Lincoln Park, I'll go up and blast the curb any day, any night. Yeah. But there, or the Tomac, Florence, that's not my ideal type. It's like, well, if I want to win this race, I'm going to have to go up there and stick her on the fence, and I felt comfortable enough. That's what happened.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't there Friday, so I can't speak. If you say you did good, I'm going to take you. But I was there Saturday, and I tell you what, on lap 1 going down the backstretch, when you hauled it off in 3 and 4, I thought 2 things. Either A, he's going to win tonight, or B, he's going to have a hell of a crash. Yeah, it was one or the other. It was because there was no other option. I mean, Florence is so fast, and so even in a 305 car, Florence is so fast. Does it get a little sketchy when the right front lifts up on corner entry?
Absolutely. That's I've never really gone that fast around there. I mean, we've been going fast, but that was, I felt like, one of the fastest we've gone. Maybe it's because of clean air, but
That and they watered the cushion right before they
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
So.
I was a little nervous because last time that happened, I was set up to roll straight to the bottom, gut slick, and it went up and was wide open around the top, and it was not fun to drive because right was pulling about 16 and a half. Thing was just pushing like a dump truck and right against the wall.
Well, it was not pushing like a dump truck.
No.
All right, I'm gonna tell you a little secret here. So we interviewed Ethan Barrow probably. Hell, I guess it's been.
Yeah, it was one of our first ones.
Yeah, we've interviewed Ethan Barrow like 40 weeks ago.
Yeah.
He said that the success, you can go back and listen if you want, but he said the success of running a 305 wing car is do it just like a non-wing 410. Make it tight as hell and just drive the piss out of it. So I'm just letting you know, okay? If you ever get uncomfortable, just drive it. That comes from Ethan Barrow. He's probably won more 305 wing races than anybody in our area. So
Probably.
Yeah.
you said when you're at Bloomington and Pumpmanville, now you're talking my language. Those are my style racetracks.
Yep.
How awesome is it to run the bull rings in Indiana?
Oh, I love it. Those are my style of tracks. I really love just to, I almost feel like I'd be a better non-wing driver. Kokomo, Hopstop, places where you don't really run it like a wing car is where I seem to do better. And just those, sideways, wide open tracks. I would say wide open, but, on the throttle, hammer down, just throwing the car around like a baby's toy.
Yeah.
That's kind of my style of tracks.
This is what you should. There goes your buddy again.
Yeah.
So, it's drag racers right here in the main strip of big Taylorsville, Kentucky. So, you had a really successful quarter midget career.
Yeah.
When I say really successful, do you know how many wins off the top of your head?
No idea. No.
You have no idea.
'Cause the times we raced, it was always usually regional or national events, and we always did some club, but I never really kept track of that a whole lot.
Yeah. So 16 years old, you was the youngest winner at the Kokomo Klash. Like how has that set in yet? Because you won at 14 years old, correct? Was it 14
Yes,
or 13?
14.
14 years old at Kokomo Klash. Because what people don't understand is the Friday night version of the Kokomo Klash, it's hammered down.
Yeah.
Saturday night, not so much because after all, sprint cars get on it.
Right.
But Friday night's version of the Kokomo Klash, like, has that set in, or is it just kind of like, okay, well, I won?
It's pretty cool because Kokomo has always been a track that I've never really been to. It's never really meant a whole lot. Like I've never had a reason for it to mean a lot to me. But I've always just thought that place was really, really cool. Just the shape of it, it's very unique, and it really fits my style. And the win that night, you say it was hammered down. It was real hammered down.
Yeah, it was hammered down. Yeah.
Yeah.
It rained. It was an absolute swamp out there, and they did an awesome job getting the track ready in the pits, and we were able to. Get the race in. I started 5th in that one. I was kind of like, because I knew we were all fast, right? A hammer down track, you're going to have at least 10, 15 guys that are fast. And
even the guys that's normally not fast are a little bit fast that night.
It's all going to equal out, right?
Yeah.
And, starting 5th, I was like, I don't know how I'm going to pass anybody. The cushion was 2/3 of the way down the track, and I was like, how am I going to pass? But, it turned out a lot of people were rolling through the middle, and I was able to stick it right around the track tires and probably almost clip one or twice.
Yep.
But, especially on restarts, it's kind of a big thing. Before they would get wound up, I could just, stick it right in the bottom, and those guys would try to, go to the top and bang the curb, and I would just roll around the bottom and diamond it, drive it straight off, and I was able to, pass a couple guys that I've always looked up to, like A.J. Hopkins and Kevin Newton. I was like, I just passed him.
Yeah.
This don't seem right.
I just passed A.J.
cool. Hopkins,
actually a 410 non-wing track champion.
I'm a little kid in 305s. I don't really know what I'm doing out here.
Yeah.
I shouldn't be out here.
Yeah, he said, man, I'm just iRacing this thing. I just got it pegged and I'm going. I'm
Pretty
doing,
much.
I'm doing the best I can. Flash, what you're going to like about Dillan is, because we say racers race.
Yeah.
You watch this kid's Facebook. One night he'll be at Bloomington. He'll be at Lincoln Park. Next weekend he'll be at Beckley, West Virginia. The following weekend he'll be in North Carolina with the Carolina Sprint Tour. He races anywhere, anytime. And for somebody that's young, that needs experience, but you're getting the type of experience you need. You're not going to the same racetrack every week.
Right.
So how do you think you're progressing? Because you're only 16, so we're new to this. But how do you think you're progressing so far?
I feel like I'm learning a lot. I feel like it takes time for your experience to catch up with you, and I feel like it's starting to show. One of the big things that I really noticed is, learning the track and the different types of dirt and stuff like that. And
Yeah, because North Carolina red clay is not Bloomington red clay.
polar opposites. That's more than.
Yeah.
We went down to the south first time, and I ran like last in my heat race, and I was so lost on what was wrong because the car felt fine. I was just straight slow.
You're like this red clay. It's got grip. No, it does not.
It's anything but.
Yeah.
It's sand. We're racing on the beach basically.
Yeah.
Hard pack sand.
So a lot of people don't know that though. They don't understand that, especially. Like you guys, your 305 that you primarily run with the Hoosier Huntley Sprint Series. You guys are pretty fortunate as far as the tracks you get to go to.
They're awesome.
I mean, you're really fortunate. It might be I don't know if it's the most competitive 305 series, but it has the most badass racetracks.
Yes,
let's put it that way.
Totally agree. I love them all.
Yeah. So a lot of people don't understand. Like when you go south, it looks gripped up the whole time, but it's like Tri-State. It's never gripped up. Like Tri-State, everybody looks at Tri-State. It's like a Hobstadt. It's got grip. No, it don't. It's you're just holding on for dear life.
Pretty much.
Holding your breath for 25 laps and hoping it goes well.
Yeah, hoping the car doesn't back up too far. Because even in a wing car, you back it in like a non-wing.
Yeah.
First time I went there, I was like, this don't feel right.
Yeah. Well, so where you're located, I mean, primarily Tri-State's your closest racetrack then.
Close. Florence. Florence is 30 minutes closer.
Okay, yeah. So, but because I forgot you go around the Gene Snyder.
Yeah.
Okay, so, but you're primarily going 2.5 hours minimum everywhere you go. So is it a family deal where everybody goes together, or is it just like, hey, it's me and Dad and this is what we do? I mean, how do you guys progress each week to say, okay, because this is where we're going, this is how we're doing it?
Usually it's our whole family. I have a little brother named Drake, and then my mom. I'm usually doing, say, half to most of the work on the car throughout the week. My dad will help me with like the main stuff, like oil changes and lashing valves, but other than like tire work, cleaning it, I do all of it.
Stop. Dad's raising him right, Flash.
Yeah.
Raising him right. Make him do it all.
I enjoy it. Even if he didn't make me, I still probably do it.
Well, he's going to be successful then.
Yeah.
More successful.
That's what will make you more successful than anybody else, I promise you.
Yeah, more because a lot of them are thinking, man, I got to go out here.
There's a lot of helmet carriers.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys that just want to hop in and go.
It's pretty cool when you see something. Well, I don't know. Larson, that's all he does.
Yeah.
That's true.
He's an exception to the rule.
He'll tell you that too, though.
Yeah, he's an exception to the rule. So, so it's a family deal. So
Yes,
it's okay. Do you have a big crew help, or is it just pretty much you guys?
Usually it's just me and my dad working on the car. My mom will help wipe it down and stuff. My dad's dad, he'll usually come. He raced dirt late models back in the day. He's always a big help. My Uncle Kenny, which is my dad's uncle, he'll be there sometimes and he'll help out. But usually it's just me and Dad calling the shots and making the adjustments.
That's what that was gonna be my next question. So, when you say calling the shots, because you're 16, do you ever say, Dad, I think I need this? And your dad goes, no, we're doing this. Or do you have a lot of input?
I have probably majority of the input. We kind of bounce ideas off each other usually, but I usually have like the final words, and he's like, you're the driver. I'll let you choose. So usually that's how it goes.
Good.
You screw up, it's on you.
Yeah. Well, I like it that way. So you don't feel bad, and I do.
Right. Yeah, it's like, man, Dad, if we would have done what you wanted to do, we'd have been fast tonight.
Me and my dad used to race each other all the time, and we'd say, I think it needs this. And my dad would get in my car and go out and practice. He's like, I don't know how you drive it. So I get in his car, and I was like, I don't have a clue how you drive it, because they were both so different.
So what's your plan? What's your goal? Is it wing racing? Is it non-wing racing? Is it sticking 305? Or is it follow your uncle, go late model racing? What is your goal going forwards? Because, I mean, you're young, you're 16, living a really cool life at 16. Because I couldn't start racing. My rule with my mom and dad was, once high school sports was over, then I could race. So I didn't get to start racing until I was 18.
Gotcha.
So, but you're already living the dream, man. Yes. I mean, you're living the life that we wish we could have lived. So what is your goal? I mean, what do you see yourself in 10 years? What do you see yourself doing?
Hopefully, on national touring 410 series. I love to travel and I love to race, so that kind of fits the ticket there. But if not, I'd still love to go work on a team and stuff like that. I mean, I enjoy working on the car just as much as I do driving, and so as long as I can be involved in the sport somehow, preferably driving. But if not,
everybody wants to drive.
That's right. Yeah. But I mean, if not, it's not the end of the world. I mean, if I can make it happen, but I'm not going to put myself in a terrible situation in life later on just to try to make it happen and not.
Yeah.
See, Flash, the kid's smart. You see his answer?
Yeah.
He's okay to do it on somebody else's dime, help
Right.
them. And not only that, he letters race cars and does wraps and got a graphic design. So
Yeah.
he's going to make money racing somehow. He don't know how yet, but but he knows that he's got everything going in the right direction.
Well, the part about working on race cars, like as far as lettering on them and stuff
Yeah.
like that, that's where you make money racing, not racing.
Yeah,
That's right.
so tell us about your I'm gonna screw it's Slick Race Graphics, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
How many times has a Slicker called you, be like, hey man, is that too close?
No, not
Okay,
that I have.
because if he did, I said we'll whoop him for you. Yeah, we ain't gonna let him talk crap. All right, that's where we are.
I stick most of the sprint car stuff. He's mostly a late model guy, so
Yeah.
I think it's fine. I've never really
Yeah.
talked to the guy. You know, when I made that name, it was originally for a small school project back in like 7th grade or something. I was like, hey, I kind of like that.
So like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Maybe a little longer than that, but anyways, I was like, no, I kind of like that, so I'll use it. And then like probably a year or two later, I started racing big cars. This is probably even earlier than that. I started racing big cars, and I saw a shirt in the pits that Slicker Graphics. I was like,
Oh man.
what's that?
Yeah, that's
I looked at him, I was like, yeah, that's kind of close. I hope it's not an issue.
So how many race cars a year do you letter?
I think this year I have 7 or 8 probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
I seen your work. Your design for Kyle Larson and Casey Kane. That's cool.
Thank you.
Like,
Yeah.
I mean, how does that come about?
Those are just concepts I do to
Yeah.
like, get my name out, and hopefully
Yeah.
somebody big will see it and like, hey, can you do mine?
Yeah.
But, you know,
The Casey Kane one is slick.
Thank you.
The Kyle Larson one, I liked it, but it didn't. Like when I seen the Casey Kane design, I was like, damn, this kind of. Here I'm gonna piss somebody off. But I'm gonna say it. It kind of make Redbeard stuff look kind of weak, really.
Yeah.
Like I liked it like that. But I'll say it. You don't gotta say it, so I don't want you to make anybody upset or anything. Yeah, he's 16, guys. Don't take it out on him. Take
Yeah.
it out on me. Take it out on the fat one here. I can handle it. But no, but seriously though, you do really good work.
I appreciate it.
Especially to be so young and your graphic design on T-shirts are how can I say this politically correct? Because I always screw words up. They're badass. All right, we'll just go with that.
Yeah.
Everything I've seen, I've liked, and it's hard to impress me because I'm not a little jaded about racing, but sometimes I can be. Been doing this long enough. So sometimes you just want to beat your head off the ground.
Well, people don't realize how easy it is to do that stuff he's doing.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's so
You know,
easy, isn't it?
I had a lettering company for about 3 years, and I got tired of that crap.
yeah, it takes.
Everybody wants you to do it for nothing, and
Yeah, I know.
they don't realize
It's
how much work actually goes into it.
a lot of it. Yeah,
Yeah.
it takes some head banging on a table sometimes,
And
but eventually you get there.
I was doing it. I didn't do wraps. I did where you had to weed everything and all that. Doing actual vinyl.
Yeah.
So it was really bad.
Yeah, he had to lay the vinyl over top. Like when you want 3 colors, you just click a button.
Yeah,
When he wanted 3 colors, you got to shrink it
I'd take
down
it to
and
the
then lay
light
them on top of each other. Yeah. I helped Flash one night, and I said, "We are never doing this again.
Yeah.
Ever."
I lettered my first late model myself, and I posted a picture of us and with a pile of stuff in the room, probably about 4 foot tall, with stuff where I just weeded stuff out.
Jeez.
And I put on there, I said, next time I do this, I'm calling Walt Swafford.
Yeah.
And that's who I called.
Yeah.
And I never lettered another one of my race cars. I just had him wrap them.
So, one thing that I want to ask you about: are you going to make a goal for the IMCA national points? Because last year you got awful close.
Yeah.
And how many races did you run last year?
I think 36.
Ran 36.
Yeah.
How many does IMCA take?
20.
20.
Best 20.
Okay, your best 20. Okay, that's a minivan, Flash.
Yeah.
Making that noise. Dylan, me and you, man, we're going to have problems.
I didn't think it'd be this busy. Usually I roll through here and there and
Yeah.
car in sight, especially this
That's
time.
because you're coming back from the racetrack. It's 2 in the morning.
Well, yeah, that's
Well,
true.
I mean, Bertha just did a burnout in her minivan.
I think the thing about down here is everybody's installed all the Cadillac inverters.
Well, yeah, at least.
So they're just running straight pipes. Not
Yeah.
straight pipes. They ain't even putting them back on.
Yeah, Bertha's Cadillac converter is gone right there, boy. So, are you going to make a run for the IMC national points?
I don't know about this year. We started the year off so I hate to put it this way, but it was just terrible. Like, I mean,
How you doing? I just won 2. Yeah, I suck.
No, well, that was before.
Yeah.
So like started the year up until Jackson County where we won our first race. We didn't finish better than 4th, and that was once. And last year I ran inside the top 3 40% of the races.
Yeah.
So we had
Yeah.
a phenomenal season last year, and we went and that's even with engine troubles for half the year. Like, I mean, there's probably still another 2 or even more, 4 or 5 races that we could have been podium and we didn't. But you know, this year it's been a struggle. It was a new chassis. The last one was we bought off Kevin Champao. That was my first car, and it was clipped in the front. And there's a couple things just different about it. It's a 2018 chassis. It's the same brand, same Triple X, but this is a 2023 chassis that we've never ran before, and it definitely likes something different. We've been struggling to figure out what that is, but I think now that we figure out what it's like, and I almost feel like it's better than what the other car was at its best. So I think we probably ran, I think Jackson County was race 11, so maybe we could pull it off if we can keep this trend up. But it's,
yeah, I mean, 'cause if you do what you did last weekend, I mean,
Yeah.
24 cars a night and you win, you get the bonus points. It's not going to be very hard to to get some points.
Yes.
To get some points accumulated. So
Yeah.
don't let us be your bad luck charm. I mean, we want you to keep winning.
So far, we got a pretty good track going.
Yeah,
though.
yeah. So honestly, I think you're going to have a really good year.
I hope so.
I mean, well, I'm just going to let you know because last week at the Prairie Dirt Classic, every heat race winner has been on the show. So everybody keeps winning that comes on the show. It just kind of works out. I don't know why. We got some good mojo going. I mean, look at us. We no mojo kings or nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, we just two fat dudes like talking about racing. So, but I don't know why it works out that way. Have you been to the Nationals at Lincoln? Or
Eagle
Raceway. Yeah.
I have not.
You have not?
I'd like to, but not yet.
What do you mean not yet?
Well,
you just ran the cushion at Florence. You're gonna be fine, dude.
I don't know. It's just, it's a long drive, and I don't know I feel like I'm ready for it. I feel like, especially after the past 2 weekends, and
you wanted Jackson, Ohio, bigger track. Moeller is not big, but it races like Eldora.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, it races hard on the throttle, turning the whole time, and you just want it Florence. I think Eagle, you'll be fine.
Oh yeah, I mean it does look like a really cool track, but at least I won't be able to run it this year with interferes with our small 410 schedule we're doing with Shop House Racing. So
see, this kid is really smart because
Yeah.
that's exactly what I'm about to transition to. It's almost like we had this conversation before.
Yeah.
So you got what, 12 or 14 410 races?
11.
11.
Yep.
You could have said 12.
Yeah.
Could have made me look like I knew what I was talking about.
Yeah.
Now you're out here in front of Dairy Queen with all the burnouts going on, making me look like I don't know what the hell I'm talking about.
it's only one off, it's close enough.
What do you mean close? See, it's like Kentucky. You may have been born in Ohio, but you're straight Spencer County, bro. You are 100%. I mean, can't count, one off. So, where are your 410 races going to be? Are you going big track, small track, or just whatever fits in the schedule?
I think mostly big tracks. It's gonna be out in Missouri.
Hell yeah, let's just go for it.
Well, I was kind of hoping there'd be a little bull rings. Those are kind of more my style, but I mean, I guess I'll have to figure it out, right?
Are you
So-
going to Lake Ozark?
Yes, I am.
Well, that is your style. The way you just ran at Florence and Moeller, you will be perfectly fine at Lake
Oh,
Ozark.
that wasn't my style. That was because I had to. Not
What?
this is
Hey,
my
it might be
style.
your new style.
Well,
though.
see, that's
You
what I'm
just won.
telling you. That you don't think that's your style. See, all right, look, I'm gonna let you in on a little secret here. Been doing this for a long time. Every time somebody says they don't like that, that's usually what they're best at.
Yeah.
We had a modified guy come on, tells me he likes it slow and slick. Well, the last 4 races that I've called that he's won has been hammered down on the cushion.
Yeah.
So, and then we have a guy that told us that, he doesn't like high bank racetracks, and then he wins on nothing but big tracks. So
Yeah.
that's your style, bro. That's just the way it
Maybe.
is. So tell us more about the 410 deal. How did it come about, and what are you looking forward to the most?
It started, I was just kind of like, you see all these kids getting in 410s like 14 and 15. And I was like, holy crap, I'm 16. I better get my butt in
I'm
gear, right?
old, man. They're
Yeah, I'm
passing
old.
me up.
I know. So I was like, I searched around for a couple local 410 teams, and I just kind of sent them a message like, hey, what, do you have a driver yet or anything? And this guy did, and I guess, he had to let that guy go for a little bit, or he's from it was, what's his name? Wout Hoffman's. He's from the Netherlands, and I guess he had to let him go for whatever reason. And then since then he's been putting other drivers in the car, like Alex Sewell, I think, was one, and a couple other guys just to give him some opportunities that he knew. And I guess, one of his drivers wasn't able to make it last second, and I had sent him my resume a couple months after, because that's a good friend of mine, George Lux. That's what he recommended me to do. He's a former Case Kane crew chief. So I did that, and it was kind of see where it went, just to, have it out there, right? And I guess one of the guys wasn't able to make the race, and it was the weekend of Beckley, I believe. And he's like, "Hey, my driver couldn't make it. Would you want to run this weekend?" And I was like, "Awesome." And I looked at the weather, and it was rain. I was like, "Dang it!"
Yeah.
So we went out and ran Beckley.
We've been there, Beckley.
Yeah. We got rained out at Beckley in the parking lot. Haulers couldn't get out of the pits. It dumped like 5 inches of rain. But hold on. Beckley's another style not your style. It's on the cushion.
I love that place.
Yeah.
It's so much fun.
That's what I'm telling you. Your style, man.
Somebody's telling you your style is different than what your style is.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I can't really figure it out yet. I just kind of go out there and drive, and it happens to work half the time.
Yeah.
So
I hate this place. I won. Oh shit.
Yeah. I like it now.
Yeah. This is my stuff.
I've always liked Beckley.
Yeah.
That's just a complete, unique, hidden gem. Like
Yeah.
that's quite literally the definition of a hidden gem. Nobody knows about it. When you go there, it's just awesome.
Yeah. Did you put any marks on the telephone pole turning into to Beckley off the road there to head back the Holler Road?
Oh, close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's a bunch of guys that did. Yeah, we noticed that.
If you look at that telephone pole when you go by, like
It's
half of
choked
it's
out.
missing.
Yeah. So, okay, here we go. We jump around a lot. So back
Yeah.
to the 410 thing. I'm sorry. I done screwed you up again.
That's okay.
So the race got rained out. So you haven't ran the 410 yet.
I have not. No.
So when's your first race?
It's August 15th.
August 15th. Where are we going in first race?
Lakeside, Kansas.
No shit.
Yeah.
You're, what? All right, man. Hold on a second. You love the Indiana Bull Rings. Never run a 410. We're gonna take you to Big Half Mile and just let you clear it out, huh?
Hey, it's close. It's close for Adrian, so he's the car owner.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
It's like it's a racetrack. It's got dirt on it and goes in a circle. So I'm.
well, that's a big
right.
circle.
That is a very big
Lakeside is a
circle.
big circle. All right. So, are you a YouTube kid or a video kid? You watch tons of videos of the races?
Sometimes.
Okay.
If I've never heard the place, but if I've seen it on High Limit or something, I'll.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna give you a little hint. Go back and watch the American Sprint Car Tour race at Lakeside this year. There is something that you could see in qualifying what not to do.
Okay.
All right. It looks like a good idea, but it's a little slimy at the top, and I'm just gonna leave it at that. You got homework now, and go back on Dirt Vision.
Yeah.
And the American Sprint Car Tour event. And I'm like a race encyclopedia. I can remember what happened everywhere and anywhere. But go back and check it out. You have a what not to do, bro.
Okay.
All right. And then there's also some what to do's once you watch the night as the night goes on, because you can actually drive in hard and then turn down the hill like a diamond run, and it does not kill your momentum. Because they're in 360s as well, but it doesn't kill your momentum on entry, so you can run it back up the hill and turn back down the hill.
I gotcha.
So it actually races really good, honestly, for a big track. It doesn't really race that big.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never drove it, but being a former racer and watching the track, it looks like it races more like a small 3/8 type deal. Looks like it races more kind of like a Wayne County, Ohio.
I got you.
So if you're gonna be an Ohio kid, it races kind of like that. It's just a lot bigger. Like you look at it, you're like, damn. But so you got 11 races. Is that counting the rain out? You still got 11.
Yeah.
So you had 12 races then.
No, I had. Well.
See, now look at this.
okay.
Hold on.
Well, there was that weekend, and it was 3-race weekend that I got called to run.
Okay.
Couldn't run that one. Made a few other phone calls and got put together a deal for 13 races. First 2 got rained out in June.
Okay.
So I was like, dang it. 'Cause I was looking forward to that. But so here we are in August, like.
Still
3
waiting
months
to run
later.
the 410.
Yeah, still waiting on it.
Yeah. So what they're going to do is they're going to give you a lot more horsepower, a lot bigger track, and a lot more heat outside, so it's slick. Figure it out, man. It's sink or swim.
Slicker the better. I love the slick.
Yeah.
See, you stole his graphics name. Now you just stole. Now you
You just said slicker than
Yeah,
better.
you just stole his slogan. Are you serious? Oh my God! See, now I'm gonna get a copyright infringement.
Yeah, I realized that about halfway through. I was like, I'm committed at this point, you know?
Yeah, it's like a bad slide job, man. He just threw it. Yeah, I'm going for it. All right, look. All right, listen. The slicker, the better for the racetrack.
That's right. Yeah.
For the racetrack.
Yeah.
My
Not the
God.
wraps.
Oh my God. See, and now look, one of our sponsors is a whole nother wrap company. So now you're putting me in a bad pickle. So my sponsor's gonna call me and say, why the hell did you just talk about Slicker for 30 minutes?
Yeah.
And then Slicker's gonna call you and be like, bro, you done stole my name, now you're stealing my slogan. And That's gonna be bad for you, man. He's a little bit bigger than you too.
About most people probably are.
Yeah, you do got some noodles for arms, man. You
Working on that.
You need to join RLTC over here at the high school.
I go to the gym right over that road.
What do you do there? Watch videos?
No.
Well, what are you lifting?
Wait, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know is the answer. Yeah, hey, look, those noodles, those are for stretching. Those aren't for lifting. You got to pass those, man. You got to get past those pool noodles over in the corner. That's yoga. That's for the yoga class. You need to go over to where the bar is and pick up the weight.
That's what I'm doing.
All right, Flash. Now, something really cool about this kid here. He gets out on top of the race car, okay?
Yeah.
He doesn't really do a wing dance because everybody does a wing dance. So he takes the checker flag. I'm going to joke on him a little bit here. He takes the checker flag and he tries to do the old, like Rico around the top. Well, his flag gets wrapped up. So he looks like he's directing airplanes, air traffic controller. And then he jumps off and he goes, I know you Kentucky fans want to see more sprint car races, right? And then they cheer. But
yeah.
How are you so engaged with the fans being so young?
Because I was one. I know. I'm a race fan too, right? I do this because I love it. And when I go to up to Eldora, I'm a race fan. I get what they like, and to see. I bet it's cool for someone to see that doesn't see a whole lot of sprint car races. And it doesn't not a whole lot of Kentucky sprint car drivers being from Kentucky to go out and win a Kentucky sprint car race with Kentucky fans.
Right.
They probably
cool.
like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I mean, that's as about as Kentucky as it gets.
Yeah.
For sprint car racing.
Yeah. Let me rephrase that. We're not Josh Rice now.
No.
Now, Josh Rice wins up there, it's a totally different deal. But
yeah.
ODB, he did all right. Yeah, he did all right for himself that night. Made a fan of me. I've seen you race at Bloomington earlier in the year when it was treacherous. Hammer down.
Yeah.
Beginning of the year.
Oh yeah.
Did you like that? Is that a little too Bloomington for you? No.
Yeah, that was a rough night there.
Which one was that? Was that the one where the right rear stop broke?
Yeah, where the ramps were in the corner. The one night that Ethan Barrow hit the wall head on.
Oh, okay, yeah. That was the one I actually finished.
Yeah.
Yeah, I about passed out when I got out of the car.
Yeah.
I drove from 15th to 4th, and I was, starting to feel it a little bit.
Yeah, he's a real man. I'll give it to you.
I felt like something was starting to break because every lap. Every lap,
that was your soul.
Looked like anything could break at any time.
It was probably a lot of things inside me breaking besides the race car, but every lap I feel like it'd fall a little more in the right front, a little more. I was like, something really don't feel right. And when they called the race, I was like, thank God. So I was waiting for something to fall the right front and to dig in and go cartwheeling off to it.
Well, that's kind of what I was thinking because we were sitting there. That was the race where our buddy Chase saved us seats.
Yeah.
On the front row.
Yeah, down low.
I said,
coming off 4.
You guys were driving like right at us. I said, Chase, this is the best you could do? He goes, bro, it's all they had. I was because we, obviously you see where we're at. Well, we're not in Taylorsville normally, but we're from the Louisville area. And when you get off work at 5, making Bloomington at 7, you got to run about 90 the whole way.
Yeah.
So done that trip probably 200 times in my life. And every one of them, I guarantee I've hit 90. Guarantee it. I got 2 tickets to prove it. Every one of them, I guarantee. But we're not going to keep you all night. We appreciate you coming on. In your surroundings, we always say we go to everybody's surroundings. Evidently, Dillan's surrounding is a Dairy Queen.
Yeah.
Dairy Queen Grill and Chill.
I don't mind Dairy Queen.
No, hey, we like Dairy Queen. I mean, you take somebody that's lactose intolerant, me, and go bring us to an ice cream place. I mean, you see how fat I am, bro. How come we go to the Mexican restaurant?
We got plenty of them, don't worry. I think I've only been to this place once or twice in the 12 years I've lived here.
Oh, yeah.
Where the hell you eat around here? You McDonald's?
No.
Home?
That's banned.
It's banned?
By my mom, yes.
Your mom banned McDonald's?
I don't blame her. Trust me, I don't blame her.
Oh, well.
At McDonald's breakfast, I'm not going to lie. McDonald's
I do eat McDonald's breakfast, I will say that.
Yeah. So you eat at home every night?
Usually, yeah.
Damn. He's living like a luxurious life, Flash.
Yeah.
I'm bad at this. I need to kind of tell you guys ahead of time.
No,
But we try to keep it as organic as possible. We don't want nobody, because we're not going to get out here and ask you your favorite color or anything like that. Like it's not our style. Or why did you start racing? We know why you start racing because it's badass. That's what everybody wants to do.
Yeah.
So we're not doing that stuff, but we want to, I probably should let guys know, hey, I'm going to ask you your sponsors at the end.
Yeah.
It's difficult. Even like on the front street, you got a car to look at you. You're like, you're so like,
Well, you're geeked up, man.
Well,
I
you're
mean,
pumped
you're
up,
so
man,
mentally discombobulated. You're just like, you know, you used all your mental strength to go up and run as close as you could to the wall, but not hit it for like 20, 25 laps, and you're like, thank God that's over. And then all your mental strength is just gone. Yeah. You know, I couldn't count fingers on my hands if I had to. You know?
Yeah.
Well, that's because at Florence the other night you had them white knuckled, so gripped on the steering wheel.
Oh, I was. Yeah, there's a couple times like, ooh, it's getting a little hairy.
Yeah, well, yeah. One time in turns 1 and 2, I thought you done gave it away.
Oh, me too.
Yeah, I thought he stepped over the ledge, Flash. You know the late model ledge.
Oh yeah.
Well, he put the right rear above it, and just about kissed his feature wing goodbye.
Yeah,
real close.
Did you like Florence?
Yeah,
You
I
like
like it.
it?
It's
Yeah.
different. I don't feel like it races as well. Let me read it.
Hold on. Let me stop you before you put your foot in your mouth. What he's saying is the heat races suck, but the features are fun. Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, I feel like it can race well. It's just it has the potential to race well, right? It's just it's not like a Kokomo where it could be like wide open or glass slick and it can race well anywhere. Like it's kind of, I feel like it's just something about the way it's shaped. It has to be like a specific way for it to race well, but when it's that specific way, it races awesome.
Yeah, the feature raced good the other night.
Yes.
Yeah, it raced really good. Only thing that I wish they would have done different, but that's just me being a little bit of an asshole, I guess. I wish they would have scratched the center off, just the center off. Leave it slick in. So if you want to try to short slide somebody, you guys had a little bit of grip there because you couldn't short slide. It was either throw the slider or ride the bottom. There was no rolling through the middle. Right. And with you guys not having enough horsepower, with the 305 class not having enough horsepower to actually like roll through the middle, I wish they would have just scratched it just a little. But that's just being an arrogant race fan who wants the best for everything. So overall, though, I gave Florence an 8 out of 10 the other night.
Yeah,
it was pretty good. Yeah.
One thing I do enjoy about that place is the grandstands. They're always packed, and they have grandstands along their super long front stretch and their super long back stretch. It is insane how many fans they get.
Well, a lot of people don't. Have you been up there to like the north-south or anything?
I'm not.
Okay. Well, I know you've been a sprint car guy. You probably think it would suck, but you go up there for the late models. It's like you think super packed. Like they are camped over in the field outside of 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Like you can't get another person. It's like King's Royal crowd for like the north-south 100. So like if you ever get a chance to go up there and just check out the atmosphere, like they do the wave around the track because people sit in turns to 3 and 4 or 1 and 2 outside. Like they put their chairs along the fence. And they put temporary grandstands right there where about where you ate it. They put temporary grandstands right there, and so they do a wave all the way around the track.
That's cool.
It's actually a really cool atmosphere. They do a DJ party over in the bar area, which I know you're too young. I shouldn't be telling you, but over on the backstretch they got a bar, and they do they have a band play and stuff.
That's cool.
It's as far as hidden gem racetracks, that's right outside of a major city. Florence has got everything going on. It's pretty nice. Fun fact: that's where me and my wife went on our first date.
Really?
Yeah, some 25 years ago.
Long time ago.
Yeah, so but that's how fancy I was. I took her to Florence Speedway. So
that's a pretty fancy dirt track.
It is. I mean, it wasn't Eldora, but I mean, it's pretty good.
I'd say it's about like a tier below. Right there with it.
Oh, hold on. I said what I was done. All right. Have you been to Lawrenceburg? Have you been to Lawrenceburg?
Yes. That's where we go on the 2nd. This Saturday.
That's where you go this Saturday?
Yeah.
Lawrenceburg? No, that place is badass.
Oh, that's nuts.
So you're going to have to go to the top.
Yep.
Which you don't like doing. Apparently. So what I get from this.
Yeah.
He likes riding around on the bottom real slow, but he wins all of his races on the cushion.
Yeah.
Sometimes, yeah.
How does that happen? Like,
I don't know. I really couldn't tell you. I just kind of, I'm so mentally focused when I race. Sometimes I pull off the track and I get out of the car. My dad's like, how's the car? He's like, I'll have to think about that. Get back to me in a couple minutes. I'll have to think about it. for whatever reason.
I got blisters on my hand. I was holding on tight. Yeah.
There's sometimes that are like that. Like I'm just so, people ask me like, how do you do this? And I was like, I have no idea. I just go out there and drive.
Yeah.
I set up the car. When I get out of the car, I have to think about what adjustments or think about how the car was so I can, make the adjustments I need to.
Because I know you guys, the way your guys' car set goes in the corner, I could see where if you scrub it sideways, you lose momentum. Right. And on the 305 and wing cars racing in general. But
it's a balancing act of every component on the car: shocks, torsion bars, turns and shock, like wing, everything.
On the Race Saver series, can you guys run cockpit wing adjusters?
We cannot.
You cannot?
Boy, there've been a couple times. I'd love to have one.
Yeah.
All right, and I know you can't run cockpit shock adjusters, but I knew that, but I didn't know if you could run a wing adjuster or not.
No, there's like I said, there've been times I would absolutely love to have one. But, other times like, what? Maybe it's not so bad with that one.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, before we get off here, we appreciate you coming on, and we wanted to take your time to thank your sponsors. Hope you get up and down the road. Who do you want to thank?
Absolutely. Of course, my mom and my dad, like I said, I think I said it at Jackson County in my interview. I was like, I'm surprised they haven't put me up for adoption yet with all the crap I'm making go through, driving up and down the road 7 or 8 hours sometimes.
Yeah.
Of course, them, my little brother, he occasionally does something,
Occasionally I'll let him clean the tires.
He rides with us, so I know that's probably not his favorite thing in the world.
Is he a big race fan or not?
No, he used to race go-karts, but it wasn't really his thing.
Yeah.
Does he play like soccer or something?
No,
Okay.
he didn't do any sports.
Okay. Yeah. He's lazy then, isn't he?
He just shook his head and said, "Yeah." So everybody knows.
For everybody knows, yes, his little brother's lazy, but he loves him. All right, continue. Sorry.
Our main one, Central High Fabrication, they're on the wing. Henning Racing Components, Douglas Family of Dairies, Backwoods Transport, All Guy Plumbing, Tompkins Custom Machine, and then my Uncle Kenny, he sponsored the Thank You Veterans on the side, which I think is so awesome to get to run that. I think that's it.
Yeah, that's cool.
Well, we appreciate you coming on, even though you brought us out here. And
Oh, I forgot. Klotz and Comedic, big sponsors.
Well, see, that's why we do this. So you can,
That's right. Yeah.
Go ahead. I don't want to cut you off. Go ahead.
No, that's
Sorry.
all.
Okay.
He's just killing the mosquitoes right
Yeah,
now.
well, that's what I say. We appreciate you inviting us out here to this fancy restaurant, the Dairy Queen Grill and Chill. We appreciate you bringing the mosquitoes. We appreciate you having the drag race competition that we had in front of us. We really appreciate you letting Bertha come by in the van and do the burnout. We appreciate all that, but most importantly, we appreciate you making time out of your day to help hang out with a couple of old dudes that likes talking racing. So Taylorsville, Kentucky's own. That's what he says. He's actually from Ohio. But Toledo, Ohio, it sounds way worse than Taylorsville, Kentucky. So Taylorsville, Kentucky's own Dillan Baldwin. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Yep. Thanks for having me on.
All right, Flash. That was Dillan Baldwin, the young hot shoe out of Taylorsville, Kentucky. Pretty fun interview we had up there the other night. Dillan, he's a good kid, man. And what I like about him is he's got his head on his shoulders. And when I asked him, what's your goal in racing, he knew right away. I mean, everybody wants to drive, but if I can't drive, I'll be happy with working on these cars for a living.
Yeah.
That says a lot coming from a 16-year-old.
Yeah.
Because at 16 years old, I wasn't saying nothing like that. I'm racing.
I was telling my wife on the way home, I said, he's a pretty cool kid because he's got his own sign business or, race car lettering business or whatever. He told me he works on four-wheelers and rebuilds four-wheelers and motorcycles and for people. So, I mean, the kid stays busy. He's just still in high school, too. So
Yeah, Spencer County High School, there was a segment in there that I cut it out.
Yeah.
but for Dylan's sake, we cut the embarrassing part out.
Yeah.
About the Spencer County High School thing. But he'll know when he listens to it. But that one was for you. I didn't want to put you on a bad spot because you maybe kind of said something you shouldn't have said, and I maybe kept letting you say it and added to it. So we got rid of that. But cool kid, does really great concept work.
Oh yeah,
the stuff that he did for the Casey Kane car and stuff, that stuff was phenomenal looking.
Yeah.
But if you need t-shirt designs, I know we say reach out to Walt at Speed Decals because he's the sponsor of the show. But if you need t-shirt designs or a car design, a concept, and like Dillan said, he doesn't even have to letter it. If you want artwork done for your car or whatever, just reach out to him. It's called Slick Race Graphics.
Yeah.
We got into the whole the slicker the better. This show might bring us down for copyright infringements. But Dillan Baldwin, the 23 Kokomo Klash winner, the 24 Harvest Cup winner, 5th in IMCA national points. It was a joy to sit out there and hang out with him. And when we say we go to your element, we were in his element, kind of. I don't think he really gets up to town much.
No.
He was kind of like, well, what's going on? It's usually quiet through here.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a good time. So this week's upcoming events, I had some people tell me a few weeks ago, hey, I really like the upcoming events, but a few weeks ago you were telling us where you could find them.
Yeah.
Streaming during the week, and you didn't let me know, and where I could have been a smart ass and been like, well, just look on your streaming devices.
Yeah.
But no, that's not what I was gonna do. Okay, I'm sorry guys. This week on the upcoming events, I got everywhere where you can find it, and I kind of did an upcoming event summer speed week for you.
Yeah.
So I got you Monday through Saturday every night. I got you something to watch on TV if you can't get out to the racetrack.
Yeah.
So Jason, the guy that messaged me, this week is for you, okay?
Yeah.
This is I want a message back now next week, and you tell me, thanks, I found out where everything was, okay?
Yeah.
But Jason, this one is for you. Monday night, Sharon Speedway, in Sharon, Ohio, the Super Dirt Car Series, the Big Block Modifieds. Will be at Sharon. That will be on Dirt Vision, so you can find it on Dirt Vision Monday night.
Yeah.
Tuesday night, Wayne County Speedway in Ohio. We have the Napa All-Star Circuit of Champions. They're gonna message us like, you need to quit talking about us.
No, they'll probably be happy. Yeah, they get free advertisement.
Yeah, but I keep calling them the O'Reillys.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, our sponsor is pissed
No, I
at
mean
you.
O'Reilly's is gonna be happy with you.
Yeah, O'Reilly's needs to sponsor us. Because, but the Napa All-Star Circuit of Champions will be at the Wayne County Speedway in Wayne County, Ohio. That's on Tuesday night. It will be on Flow. And Wednesday night, the World of Outlaw Late Models will be at the Highland Speedway in Highland, Illinois on Dirt Vision. And that is this week's Racetrack Spotlight, brought to you by JT's Trackside and Catering.
Yeah.
Highland Speedway is a quarter-mile bull ring right there in South Central Illinois. It's one of the neatest settings of any racetrack in the country. As you roll into the racetrack, it's an old fairgrounds track. It's in the middle of town. When I say in the middle of town, the apartment buildings back up to the pits. As you go down the hill into the pits,
Yeah.
It's got one of the coolest bleacher settings in all of racing. It's an old, I think it's an old football stadium.
Yeah.
I think they played high school football there back in the 1700s or something.
Yeah.
But it's covered, and all of your concessions is down underneath the bleachers, inside the building. Nice restrooms. One of the best barbecue sandwiches you'll eat at any racetrack is at Highland Speedway. Our buddy Robert, I'm sure he'll be there Wednesday, and I'm sure he'll have a barbecue sandwich or two.
Oh, yeah.
Because the Highland Speedway is right there in Robert's backyard. But Wednesday, the World of Outlaw Late Models, and they will have a support division, Flash. The UMP Dirt Car Mods. That's house of Mike Harrison.
Yeah.
So Mike Harrison, Michael Long, all the big boys will be there, as Kenny will also say.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure Herm will probably be there.
Yeah, I'd say he'll be there.
No Herminator will be there because Highland is not too far from the St. Louis area. But this week's Racetrack Spotlight, Highland Speedway in Highland, Illinois. Look them up on Facebook. It's called the World Famous Highland Speedway. They do a lot of stuff on TikTok.
Yeah.
A lot of neat videos. But that you can find that on Dirt Vision. Thursday night, the World Outlaw Late Models head north and roll up into Spoon River, Illinois. Spoon River is the biggest. Well, it's the biggest track that they run consistently in Illinois.
Yeah,
let's say that.
Right.
It's a high bank. It's almost Spoon River's kind of a lot. It's got a lot of like East Alabama, North Alabama.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of. It's the only racetrack in the Midwest that's kind of like a racetrack in the South.
Yeah.
But Spoon River, the World Outlaw Late Models is there. You can find that on Dirt Vision. And then Friday night, the All-Star Circuit of Champions presented by Napa.
There you go.
I'm getting better at that. Will be at Bloomington Speedway. And I'm probably going to head up there to Bloomington Speedway Friday night because, why the hell else not?
Yeah.
Why not get in super late before we got to leave to go to Tazewell on Saturday?
Yeah.
It only makes sense. But Bloomington Speedway, All-Star Circuit of Champions will be at Bloomington on Flow. And one other thing cool that Bloomington Speedway is doing, we'll talk about it on next week's show, but they're having a racetrack rock party.
Yeah.
We go pick up rocks. Kurt and I, actually, as soon as we get done recording this, we're going to get on the road and head up to Bloomington Speedway and help out our buddy Pat Sullivan and the guys at Bloomington Speedway. They're promoting an event, and said there was a rock issue, and so race fans, I know this is going to be kind of late once you hear this, but if you've seen it on social media, put your money where your mouth is. If you're going to bitch about something and they offer a solution, you got to go do it.
Yeah.
So we're going to go up there and help out. So and we'll talk about that next week because it's a pretty cool thing that Bloomington Speedway's putting on. Also Friday night, the Huntley 305 wing sprint cars. They're averaging close to 30 cars. And it's some of the best racing in the state of Indiana is the 305 wing sprint car class. They are at Circle City Raceway Friday night. You can find that on Circle City TV, Jason, if you want to know. And the Ironman late models will be at Moeller Raceway on Friday night. in Moeller, Ohio. Don't think this one is televised, but the nightcap Friday night, once we get in from Bloomington, we could probably catch this. But the nightcap, the Kubota High Limit, is at the Tulare Thunder Bowl in California. One of the most badass racetracks in the country. On my bucket list of places I really, really need to get to.
Yeah.
Tulare Thunder Bowl. It's right there. I like to do Tulare, the monster, fast track, and then just squeeze right over to Ventura on the same weekend.
Yeah.
That's going to be a to-do list one day.
Yeah.
I'm going to get out there and check that out.
Cool.
And then Saturday, Kurt and I, we head to Taylorsville Speedway for the Cumberland Plateau Open Modified Series race. This is the race that got rained out back in March, I think.
I think it was, yeah.
March or April.
Somewhere
yeah, so it rained out a few weeks back. And speaking of the Cumberland Plateau Open Modified Series, current points leader picked up the win last night at a regular show there at Volunteer Speedway. So hats off to Adam Ogle and David Clark. Third in points, ran third in the feature. So
yeah, that's pretty good. I also seen where Mike Wallace drove
Vic Hill's late
model last night. Yeah. So
all kinds of fun stuff going on at the Gap.
Yeah.
And then also Saturday night locally in the area, if you want to check out some of the best crate late models, because we don't work for the series, so I don't have to say pro, but the American All-Star Crate Late Model Series will be at Lawrenceburg Saturday night. Then I'm expecting a huge car count because Florence is off, and I don't think Brownstown has crates this week either. So I think Lawrenceburg is going to get a huge car count for the $4,000 to win crate racing American All Stars at Lawrenceburg.
I'd say that'd be a good one.
Yeah, and then the two more local events this weekend. Richmond Speedway there in Richmond, Kentucky has an Ironman late model, the Butterball.
Oh yeah,
is Saturday night. Always a fun event.
Yeah, I went to that last year. It was a good race.
Yeah, and last but certainly not least, locally, Paragon Speedway, the speed plant, the super long straightaways, has the all-star sprints. That will be on flow. But the 410 wing sprint cars ripping around Paragon will be a sight. And then the final race of the week that we're going to talk about, you can find on Flow, but it's going to go down at Old Hangtown. High limit 410 sprint cars. We're going to be at Placerville Saturday night for the nightcap. So you can go to the races locally, come home, and then check out High Limit in California at one of the baddest bull rings in the country, Placerville Speedway. So that's the upcoming events. Flash and I were going to get off here and go do some.
We're going to go pick up some rocks.
Yeah, when people tell you kick rocks,
that's what we're going to do.
That's what we're going to do. But we're going to do our racetrack community service for the day. Thank you guys each and every week for telling people about us. We always say this: word of mouth is the best form of advertisement, and you guys do a good job at that. And thank you. You got anything else, Flash?
No, I don't think so.
So until next time, we'll be trading sliders.